This is the ZTW Shark G2 programmable brushless ESC. I just bought the 40 amp version and it wasn't very expensive, but costing more than this brushless ESC is the program card, which is it's gone LCD, which is a big improvement over the old one. So let's open this up and have a closer look. We've got the Shark 40 amp G2 from the brand ZTW. So we can see it's brushless because it's got 3 14 AWG wires hanging out the right hand side. Also a little cooling tube here, and another one on this side. We've got a couple of cap packs here. We've got positive and negative battery terminals. This one here is 2 to 4S LiPo compatible, also compatible with nickel metal hydride. Then we've got the 4-pin cable here, 3 for your goes to your radio, but this can also go to the programming card, and that's where I believe you would use the 4th pin if you're plugging it into the program card. So that's, I guess, spare. We're not going to be using that since we're using this one. And we can see ESC RX TX. So definitely where ESC cable goes in there. And then also if you need 5 to 12 volts of power, then you would plug that in there as well. I guess that's why you would need that cable if this unit needs separate power, but it should be getting its power from the ESC, so I don't think we need that one. So I've been reading the instructions. It all looks pretty normal. You know, you've got to solder up all your connectors and it wants you to do the calibration. That's all normal, but this is where it gets a little bit weird. For the normal startup procedure, which means every time you want to use your boat, you turn on the transmitter and you must move the throttle to the reverse position. Now that's not normal. Normally you just turn your transmitter on, then you connect the battery to the boat and off you go. But this one wants you to put it in reverse, to the bottom position. So down, that would be reverse. Now that's normal for a drone. A drone, you would have to arm it, down, up, down, and then you go. But for a boat, that's got me really worried. I don't want to have to hold reverse on my transmitter, and then I've only got one hand to connect my battery to the boat. So let's see if that's in actual fact correct, or if that's an error in the instructions. Okay, it's time to connect up the program card that we've purchased. This is the multifunction LCD program box G2, which is for our Shark G2 from ZTW. It's not just for the Shark. You can also use it on a few other models, such as the Beatles G2, Mantis G2, Skyhawk, Seal G2, and Dolphin. Alright, so first of all, it wants you to connect up the line from the ESC into the port. Okay, so it tells you the ESC goes like this: receive, transmit, plus, and minus. So yellow is the receive programming port, and then white is TX, plus is red, and then black on the right, obviously. So that would go in there. That one goes in there. Okay, so nothing on the screen, obviously. We've got no battery plugged in. Let's connect our 3S LiPo. Now notice that on my boat, although I've got the wires connected to the motor, I've got one wire not connected. So just in case this thing takes off, I don't want it to spin the motor. Alright, let's connect up. Alright, so straight away it's telling us that the motor has got a broken connection, and we can start going into the menu. So you've got two ways to go into the menu. You can press item or you can press OK. Alright, so we're on version 1. Now I don't have the Bluetooth module, so I can't do an update of the ESC or the program card. So So we'll just be keeping things as it is. Alright, so running mode is forward and brake, which is option 2, and we're going to leave it like that because we need reverse. Well, forward and backward, yes, we need reverse so we can flip the boat if we ever get in trouble. Let's go to the next item. Item 2, the brake type is off. We don't have any brake, it's just forward and reverse. The motor timing is auto, that's fine. The motor rotation is clockwise, don't know if that's correct. I think I need to change that to anti-clockwise, otherwise this propeller will be pushing water into the boat. SR function. The synchronous rectification function makes ESC with higher driving efficiency and more energy saving. No, I want this boat to be as wild as possible, don't want any energy saving, so forget that. Battery cells auto, yes. The low voltage cutoff, 3 volts. That's a little bit too low for me, so let's change that. 3.4, that's nice. So we're going to OK to save that value, and then we can keep going. Oh, look at that. By clicking OK, it's taken us back to the main menu. Okay, cut-off type, reduce power. So when we do hit 3.4 volts per cell, do you want to cut power to the boat or reduce power to the boat? Reduce power is much better. Okay, the BEC voltage going to our steering servo. Do you want 5 volts or 6 volts? I think 5 volts is more than enough for my my DS power servo. It's waterproof, it's digital, and it's got metal gears. It's going to be fine. I'm going to leave it on 5 volts. Let's leave more voltage for playing with the boat. Acceleration is normal. You can also change that to soft, but I want the boat to be as wild as possible. And then restore default data. And I think that's it. So we're happy with all these settings. We're just going to OK it one more time. Alright, so we've plugged in our old steering servo just as a test. Plugged in the new ESC. Let's do what it wants. Turn on the transmitter. Give it full throttle. Let's go and plug in the battery. When we hear 2 beeps, we're going to let go of the throttle. Let go. Beep, beep, beep. I guess that means we've got 3S. Alright, so this time when I connected it up, I didn't hold my finger on the throttle because we weren't calibrating. So according to the instructions, I should have been holding reverse at the time I plugged in the battery. I didn't do that. So now let's see, does this thing still work? Do we have steering? We've got steering. Do we have throttle? We do have throttle. Do we have reverse? Okay, I've got reverse as well. Okay, so not sure why the instructions tell you to hold reverse at the time you're plugging in the battery, but you don't need to do that. And then on this side, oh well, it's got a built-in battery checker. So that's a good feature. I'm going to try that as well. Maybe we'll go and get a LiPo now and try that battery checking feature. Just checking the battery checking feature. Tells you the total voltage, and then it tells you all the individual voltage of your cells, I guess up to 8 cell, and it doesn't beep, unlike my other one. Makes an annoying beep sound as soon as you connect it, but this one's not backlit, so you know, they're different.